In 2026, the reality of layoffs is something everyone needs to be prepared for. And it's no longer just a rare occurrence or something that happens to other people in other industries. It can happen to anyone, anywhere, and the consequences can be severe if you aren't ready to handle it financially, emotionally, and professionally. So, planning ahead is crucial, and the first step is understanding that layoffs aren't always a reflection of your performance, dedication, or skill level. They often come down to broader business decisions, restructuring, automation, or companies realizing they overhired in previous years, which means even the most competent employees can find themselves out of a job unexpectedly. So, having a financial cushion such as an emergency fund is essential, along with keeping your resume updated, building a portfolio of skills, maintaining professional relationships, and networking regularly, because the moment you're let go, the faster you can pivot into a new opportunity, the less disruption it will cause in your life. And part of being prepared is also emotionally readying yourself for the uncertainty that comes with being laid off, understanding that it's a temporary setback and not a permanent reflection of your worth, and taking time to evaluate your career path, upskill, or even explore new industries if your previous field is shrinking, because the market is constantly evolving, and being proactive rather than reactive is what separates those who struggle after a layoff from those who quickly find their footing. And it's not just about surviving financially, it's about using the situation as leverage to grow, adapt, and come out stronger. So anyone watching this video should start taking these steps now. Don't wait until it's too late, because the layoffs of 2026 are coming and you don't want to be caught off guard. Check out some of these videos.
Pretty sure I'm about to get laid off from my 9 to 5 right now, so come with me to my meeting.
Difficult news to share, and that's why I've asked HR to join me. As you have seen, our business environment and organizational structure have shifted in many ways since we began our company transformation. And as we move forward with fewer brands and consolidated functions, we need to make some additional changes. And as part of this restructuring, your positions have been eliminated.
I've been unemployed for 5 months. At this point, I think I'm in psychosis. Unemployment checks have stopped coming because they said I ran out. I'm sorry, I couldn't find a job. Tell the job to stop ghosting me. I've applied for things as high as executive level, and I've applied to be baristas, a grocer at a grocery store. Now I'm door dashing. I just drove for 3.5 hours today, and I made $40, barely, and that's not enough to fill my gas tank up, because yeah, I don't know what to do anymore. Hang on, they say. To what?
I got fired from my job where I was at for almost 3.5 years. I took a Friday and a Monday off, and I went in on Tuesday, and my boss called me into his office, and the head of HR was in there, and I already knew. No matter what kind of company you work for, there's always things that are just not what they seem, and things that fall through the cracks and all the things. So I know that it's a blessing in disguise. And I know that part of the reason that this happened is because I'm pursuing digital and affiliate marketing. And the reason that that's happening is because I was trading 40 hours of my life, 55 to 60, including my commute to and from work. The mental stress that was turning into physical stress of being gone from like my home, my safe place, for 55 to 60 hours a week, and what I was bringing home to not even make ends meet. And that was just like I was so looked down upon because I was speaking up for myself for not making enough money for the job that I was doing. And then more and more work was constantly being piled on my plate. Oh, we're down an admin, so you and the other admin are going to split all those responsibilities. And here's your little bit of pay increase for the year, but it's not even going to cover your gas to get back and forth. So not doing that anymore. And to me, that is like such peace. I can't even explain it. I mean, I have aches and pains in my body from going to that stressful environment and working my ass off for them. And those aches and pains and those toxic things are like leaving my body. I mean, my hands and my elbows and just my shoulders and everything hurt so much from constantly being at that desk and doing all of the work and all of the things and babysitting everybody and correcting things that people were doing wrong in their job and, you know, all these different things. And at the end of the day, the most interaction that I had was with two 27-inch monitors and a keyboard and mouse and my computer. That's what I interacted with. Not people or teams of people, unless you're on a virtual Teams meeting, which again is two 27-inch monitors and a mouse and keyboard. And that's how we're supposed to make a living, by only being paid enough, just enough to keep you broke so that you have to keep going back, because if you leave, you really can't afford life. But if you stay, you can barely afford life. And then, you know, oh, here you get a little bit of paid time off. And, you know, I could never afford to go anywhere. The only reason I was able to even take time off was because I had paid time off, because I'm sorry, but nobody's being paid what they're worth. And my time, I'm 46 years old right now. I'm going to be 47 in December. And my time is something that no amount of money can replace. And if I can do digital and affiliate marketing and have $400, $500, $600 days instead of having to work for 5 days in a row to not even make that amount, like, we were not born just to work and pay bills. And I think that people get so caught up in well, if I don't have a job, if I don't work for somebody else, if I don't have a 9-to-5, that nothing is solid, nothing is concrete, nothing is consistent. Well, who's showing up every day to do that job? Who is that employer counting on to show up every day to do that job? You. So why can't you step out of whatever box that you've been put in and told that this is the way that things have to go? Why can't you step out of that box and count on yourself? I mean, you're the one that's showing up every day. You're the one that's doing the work. You're the one that's relied on. You're just the one that's not being fairly compensated. So, was it a shock? No. There were a few conversations that led up to this happening, but I am at a time and a point in my life that I am not willing to put myself in any uncomfortable situations. I'm not willing to sit at any tables or sit in any rooms with people that don't value me 100%, because I know my worth. And if I'm the only one that values me and my time and my voice, then so be it. But at the end of the day, who am I looking at in the mirror? Not any of those other people, me. I have to be true to me. I have to love me. I have to believe in me. And that's exactly what I'm doing. So I know that this was a long video with a little bit of vague information, but if you're interested in getting started in digital and affiliate marketing and you're just sick and tired of being sick and tired and just exhausted and working for wages that are not getting you any farther ahead in life, let's have a conversation. Why not get a little bit of information? Let it marinate in your brain, think about things, ask some questions, do a little bit of research, and really count on yourself, because you're the one that makes things happen. And at the end of the day, it's you. It's not anybody else. Nobody else is coming to save you. Nobody is coming to save you. Nobody is coming to save me. And as soon as you realize that, the sooner that you realize that, the easier it is to move forward with your life and create the life that's been waiting for you. Because any life that you can think of, that you can dream of, you're capable of achieving it. You just have to get yourself to that side. And is it going to take work? Yes. Is it going to take some time? Yes. But once you're there, you're there. So like, how long do you want to live your dream life? How long do you want to wait to live your dream life? I'm done waiting. And if you're done waiting, I'm here. So I hope you have a wonderful day. Don't stress about the small things and believe in yourself. That's what I'm doing. Talk soon.
Hey man, everybody getting laid off. So if you got a job, be thankful. Because I'm telling you right now, eventually, with this government shutdown and people not being able to feed their family and stuff like that, it's going to be a whole bunch of crime and stuff going on. All right? It's going to be mass chaos if they don't do something about this soon. So right now might not be the time to be playing people. You might not be wanting to, give people certain attitudes, look at them a certain way. You shouldn't be doing that to begin with. But I'm telling you right now, people about to start crashing out. Some people are already crashing out. We are in crash out territory. Y'all better start speaking to people with respect, because it could be that one person that's just about to lose they ish, and you say something crazy, and next thing you know, you either in HE double hockey sticks or with the Lord. All right? I don't know what to tell you. Oh, and guess what? It's only going to get worse. It's not going to get better.
There's no more real jobs. You are the job. And you're going to continue to hear crickets from all of these companies in order for you to figure out that you are the job. So tap into those creative juices, because you are about to get paid to exist.
December is a special time of year where most corporate executives are lying to their employees. They're actually planning layoffs for the first of the year, and they're just not telling you about it. They're telling you everything's okay. So if you think you're in this position, let me give you some tips that you need to start implementing right now so that you're prepared just in case the axe were to fall on you. First thing you need to do is go into documentation mode. Look, you should be doing this anyway. You should have a brag book. You should have a repository. You should have a list of achievements and accomplishments and how you perform against your metrics and your KPIs, just in the event that you need them, one, to defend your job if they come at you, and two, to position you to get a new job if you want to leave or if you find yourself unemployed. If you haven't done that, you need to start now. Second thing you need to do, and I give LinkedIn a lot of crap, start posting on LinkedIn, or at least start commenting on people's content. You need to remind LinkedIn that you're alive, because there's a good chance you might need it in the next 30 days, and you don't want to be retraining the algorithm that you're an actual person when the time comes and you need that visibility. Third thing you need to do, and this one's a little bit controversial, you need to be asking questions. Look, you've got leaders that are in planning mode. They know what's going on. And while they may not tell you exactly what the deal is, body language tells a lot of dirty secrets that they'd rather keep hidden. And if you ask them, hey, I'm a little bit anxious, are we planning any cutbacks or staffing changes in the first of the year? Watch how they respond. That'll tell you a lot of things. And then the last thing I want you to take into consideration is, if you find yourself laid off, negotiate every aspect. If there's not a severance offered, ask for one. If there's a severance offered, start negotiating. But that negotiation gets a lot easier if you've done step one, which is to be able to bring to the table, here are the results I've delivered. Here are the things that I've done. Here's the impact I've made. Whether we like it or not, the people who are prepared are the ones that thrive in these type of environments. Nobody wants to get laid off. Nobody wants to be in a job search, especially in this market. But if you're prepared, you can at least give yourself a cushion so that you're not blindsided. And if the axe does fall on you, you can gain a little bit of extra money in the process. So hopefully that helps. Hopefully your company's not one that's planning cutbacks. But I can guarantee you there are hundreds, if not thousands, of companies where executives are sitting in conference rooms today, figuring out how many people they're going to get rid of in January.
Can you explain this gap in your resume? Yeah, that's when I didn't have a job. I'm not sure if I want to get a job here. You seem slow. Something I would never understand is when people be like, "Oh, you work at fast food. Oh, you work at Walmart. Oh, I have a job." I have a job. I'm so confused.
I've been applying to jobs and whatnot, but today I just got really sad because it's been since May that I got laid off and I still can't find a job, and I just kind of sat there and just stared at my computer and I was just like, what am I kind of doing with my life right now? It's been since May and I can't find a basic job, and I got really sad because you know, my savings can only go so much. Rent is so expensive in the Bay Area, and, you know, like, I just had, like, a little panic attack in a way, because I don't know what to do. It's really hard for me to find a job right now. I don't know why nowhere's hiring, but yeah.
This is a rant for all the people that are currently unemployed or have been like laid off in the past 2 months. Or the people that have been laid off or didn't have a job and they were able to find one. What the fuck are we doing? Like, how are we finding jobs? Like, I've tried to work my connections. I've applied to so many jobs that LinkedIn crashed the fuck out and it told me I could not apply for any more jobs that day. So like, I don't know what I need to be doing. I feel like I've taken all the steps I need to. Like, I've talked to recruiters, I've talked to old bosses, like all these different people, and like, I just genuinely don't know what to do. And I'm starting to freak out because one, like, I obviously need money. Like, I have a home, I have a car, like, I have a life. But like, I'm also so almost mentally burnt the fuck out that I don't know what else to do. Like, what's going on? What can I do? I'm genuinely asking for help right now. And before anybody gets in my comment section and says like, go get a serving job, go work at Target, like, yeah, that's definitely on the list. But I have a fucking health and exercise science degree. Like, my whole background is in sales. Like, I'm capable of more than doing like that kind of job. I'm not like above it by any means, but like, with my experience and my education, I should be able to get a good job. And I'm not saying those are not good jobs. I'm just saying, with what I have and what I've worked for, I should be able, like, I am so qualified for these jobs that I'm applying for that I am not even getting responses back. Or like, just last week I've had a couple interviews, and I don't get any like feedback, nothing when I reach out to them. And one, it's fucking rude. Two, why are you wasting both of our time? You know, like, I don't know. Especially when I talk to somebody and they genuinely seem like interested in me, and then I reach back out and I ask about like salary expectations or like whatever, and then they just fucking ghost me. Excuse me? So, this is me coming on here asking people that have found a job or are currently looking for a job, like, what are we doing? I'm genuinely like, I need help.